Hello everyone, you are welcome. I want to ask you something. Have you by chance observed something that has been happening lately? It used to happen to me and it also still happens to me, but I have been conscious of it and I have gone around to deal with it. Have you observed that your money does no longer stretch to the point that it used to get to before? By the end of the month or by the period that you have designated it, it is useless. It is a strange force. It is not an imagination. As I have said, it has happened to me. It is still happening to me, but I have learned and I know how to deal with it. It creeps in silently. It's very subtle and it begins to swallow up your security, your financial security. The name of that thief, the name of that criminal is called inflation. Inflation. So who is this silent thief? Imagine you bought a bag of rice for 30,000 naira last year. Then you go back to the same market the following year and the bag of rice costs 70,000 naira. The difference is what is called inflation. This is the general increase in prices and the fall in purchasing value of money. If you are in Nigeria, for example, it means that naira in your hand today buys less than it did yesterday and even less than it will do tomorrow. Now, let me give you a list of victims of this economic criminal. He has so many victims, but I'm going to give you just three of them that are peculiar. It has affected me, and I want you to take guard of it so that you don't fall victim. Number one on that his list are those that involve in savings. Savings are the first person that he attacks, so you have to be careful. I know you are working hard to get money for your son's school fees, for your retirement benefit, or for that project, and if this savings account is kept there, this is the first place he attacks. Imagine you have $2 million, you had it in January, and you have it in a Nigerian account. Within a space of about 7 months, 23% of that money has been lost, has been stolen by this criminal called inflation. So you lose money if your money is redundant in savings accounts. The second victim of inflation is those preparing for their retirement. You put your money in a retirement plan, a retirement scheme, and it is just there. Trust me, that criminal, that thief will come to steal, especially if government have not been able to provide a security measure to guide him. He will come and he will mess up that retirement plan. If that retirement plan is just you are bringing money, you are keeping it, this is for my retirement in 10 years time, in 5 years time, in 20 years time, in 30 years time, and there is no edge, there is no security measure put in place by either by you or by the government. As I've earlier said, you have to take the bull by the horn. So when there are no fiscal policy, there are no monetary policy, the government spending, perhaps it is not well planned, you discover that inflation creeps in, and when it creeps in, it eats the value of that your retirement plan. So retirement planning or your retirement scheme is also a number 2 victim of inflation. So here is the third victim of inflation. It is future generations. You set money aside for your children's school fees, whatever you have kept that money specifically for them, for the next generation. If it is not well managed, if it is not well catered for, if you don't put it where it will outmuscle, it will overgrow and outgrow inflation. Inflation will capitalize and begin to mop and begin to suck out its life. And what is the life? The value of that asset or that money that you have kept. So your financial advisor, your economic advisor, whoever he or she may be, or your banker should be able to advise you, or better still, you are now hearing it as I have been a victim. I am sharing my story with you. So you should take your money from where it is presently to where it should not be swallowed by inflation. So I am going to give you solutions on how you can go about that. Hang on. So let me give you 3 practical steps how you can build an edge against inflation, how you can raise a security wall mitigating inflation. I have been a victim, and fortunately for me, I found out a way, and that is what I am sharing with you. Today is not just theory, it's practical. And trust me, if you can follow them, you are home and dry. Keeping your money in savings account is not the best. For example, where you're in a country where the inflationary rate is above 22%, and while their nominal interest rate for savings account is not up to 10%, about 8% or thereabout, you are losing. The value of that your money, 1 million naira or 10 million naira or 100 million million naira is eroding. You are losing. So number one step, you must invest. Investment should be number one, no matter how small the money is. And I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 places you can invest. The first one is in commercial papers. If you have the resources, it is huge, it is massive. But if you have the resources, you can go into commercial paper. Then number two is you can go into fixed income assets. You can go into money market where you have about 22%. Now that one can be able to shoulder together with inflationary rates. Then you can go into money market. You can go into capital market. Then that is the stock market. And I also advise, if you are going into stock market, you must diversify. Don't allow all your earnings to be in one sector. You can do the banking sector, the technology sector, the real estate sector, the mutual fund sector. Just spread it, diversify it. Don't allow it to be just in one sector. Then look for quality and tested stocks, companies that have been able to overcome the test of time. That is where you can equally invest when you are investing in stocks. Don't just invest in any company that can wipe out or they can go down in a space of time. I know bankruptcy can happen anytime, but it is better you look for a well-tested company. Then, most importantly, where you should invest is in real estate. That is it. It is always real. Land is there, it's tangible, it's feelable. Land is there. Invest in real estate, no matter how small you have. You say, no matter how small I have, yes, no matter how small. You can buy the property if you have the resources. You can buy the land if you have the resources, or you can go into joint ownership, co-own a property or co-own a land. That is another source of investing in real estate. Another one is that you can do what is called cashback. It's another derivative from real estate. I will bring somebody, a seasoned person, that will come and speak at length all about cashback. You have heard it from me. I want you to remind me. Cashback, I am a practicing witness. I have practiced it and it is awesome. It is an edge against inflation, especially if you want to use that resource for the next 4 or 5 years. Go into cashback and trust me, you will call back. You will mean it that was a fantastic investment window. Then the second thing you need to do is to focus on income diversification, and also you need to do what? Generate additional source of income. I did it and I am still doing it. Don't depend on a single source of income. Relying on a single source of income is suicidal. You must diversify your income generation and you must look for a way to get more. If it needs to learn new skills, if it needs to learn how to barb a hair or to make hair or to paint or to write articles, anything you can do online, offline, learn it and begin to work on it. You just need to do it. Relying on one source of income is suicidal. It is not advisable. I am telling you, I have tried it and I have seen it work for me time and time again. Now, the third strategy is to do what? To spend strategically and to manage debt. You spend strategically. You should be able to differentiate what are your needs and what are your wants. Those things that are wants, that things that you can live without. Those things that are needs are things that are essential for your daily livelihood. So you'll be able to differentiate it. Then another thing is for bulk buying. I would rather suggest, I did it and I'm still doing it, that you get more value by buying in bulk. All you just need to do, if they are perishable things, you need to look for a way to preserve them. All this single buying, unit buying, they are more costly in the long run. So if you can generate a way, you can have a customer where a client or a vendor where you do bulk buying, it is for your own good. It saves you unnecessary spending, because when you buy in units, you are buying more. Then you should also try to avoid high interest debts. There are some things that you can, it is something that you need, but you don't have the resources at that point in time. You can say, okay, I am going to save, I am going to gather the resources. Not okay, buy, we'll spread it for you, but you pay more because we have spread it for you. I had a friend who had to buy a system. He said because that system, he didn't have the money, but he needed it, so they had to spread it for him, but he paid almost 30% of additional to what he would have bought. I said, why didn't you just save this money? You still have a system that you are making use of. Why don't you save this money over 6 months? Then you can now buy this at that amount. In fact, that thing that you wanted to buy in 6 months' time, it would have even dropped in value. So why the haste? So you need to spend strategically. If you can do these 3 things, you have built a fantastic security against the thief called inflation. Inflation is a reality we face, but it doesn't have to define our financial future. By understanding its impact and taking preventive steps to invest wisely, diversifying our income, and managing our spending, we can protect and even grow our wealth the more. Do not allow the silent thief to win. Take control today. Take action. The reality is that inflation is a potential threat. Protect your wealth, take action. If you have found today's training valuable, if it has added anything to you, we want you to do something for us. We want you to like, we want you to share, we want you to comment, and we want you to invite your friends. And of course, we want you to subscribe. Your subscription and all the activities you are doing on this page is helping us to produce more quality trainings. Today is day 28 of our 35-day wealth rescue series. We are on a journey of recovering and rescuing us from every financial mistake that we have made in the past. God bless you. See you at the top. Remain at the top. Bye bye.